Okay, folks, so bit of a different one today. I just had this crazy idea at 11 p.m. at night, and I want to build some kind of bot that is going to allow my Twitch subscribers to basically invest my money into cryptocurrency. So the goal here is that they are able to type in a command in the chat, and then that will go ahead and go and make the investment. And then, yeah, maybe we'll have a leadership board to see who's invested the most. Maybe we'll cap how much we put the investment in for. Maybe we'll start with, I don't know, £200 or something like that, and just let people invest up to that amount. When it runs out, then maybe we'll reset for the next month. But yeah, that's the goal, and I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to go about doing this. So yeah, let's get to researching and see what it takes to do something like this. Okay, so after Googling around, I've gone to the Coinbase Pro website, and they got some pretty dope stuff. Like, they got this sandbox environment, which is really cool for dev, I think. You know, you've got a couple of API endpoints. You've got a REST API endpoint here. You've also got a WSS feed. So this is kind of nice. And then I also noticed that they have a Go SDK, which is what I was kind of hoping to write this in. Because I'm doing a lot of Go at the moment. But yeah, this is looking quite good. And I guess if we jump to order, because that's essentially what we're going to want our bot to do. You have this struct here. Just seems like it's got all the basic parameters for an order. And where's the function to create an order? So we're probably going to have to call this function here. Should be pretty straightforward, I hope. If we just go back, I noticed something on the home page, which is this. So we're just going to import the library here, and we're going to instantiate a new client. And because it's actually saying that we can use these environment variables here, which is nice. So what's this thing called? I think it's called envdir. We just put the variables inside that, and it will automatically load it into my shell session. Maybe, I don't know. We'll potentially use these. So if we use those if we use those variables, we won't need this piece of code here. We don't want to hard code any of that stuff there. Although we could do something really cool here. Actually, we could place these values into something like HashiCorp Vault, and we could have our program go out to Vault and go and fetch these values and inject it at runtime. That would be pretty dope. But yeah, we'll think about that. So it's day 2. I was really tired last night. I was researching and just doing all kinds of foolish mistakes. I was doing stuff like copying and pasting the example code into my IDE, forgetting to wrap it in a function and wondering why my code wouldn't compile.
Dumb is stupid.
So yeah, I decided to call it a night. But new day, fresh energy. I think I'm just going to just forget everything I did yesterday and start again. You know, it's morning. My brain is nice and relaxed and rested. And hopefully that means it's more fruitful. So let's see how we get on. All right, so after a lot of messing around trying to figure out how this SDK works and just things around the whole API of Coinbase Pro, I have a very high level, very simplistic proof of concept working, right? So I can now run a small program I've written in Go, and it will then go ahead and purchase some Bitcoin in this case, right? So let's just quickly run through it and you'll see I've blurred out all of my connectivity details just because I don't want you having API access, bad actors out there, you know. Even though this is a sandbox account, this is not real money, but cool. But yeah, essentially we're just loading up this variable called order with all the information that's required to create an order on Coinbase Pro. And then here we're actually creating the order itself using the pointer of that variable there. So it's just going to read the memory address and it will print out the order ID. Simple as that. On the right, this is my 2 tests that I ran before. So we'll just run it again and we'll see an order number printed out in the terminal. And we may have to refresh the web page, but we should see the order appear on the right hand side. So as you can see here, we have the order number, pretty dope. And let me just refresh this page and see if we get a third order. And we do, we have a third order here. Let's just run it one more time, but let's just change the value to say $20, right? And run that one more time and just see if we see $20 reflected up here when we refresh it. And we do. This is progress. So now next step is, that's simple, but it's very predictable. I have to go into the program to tell it how much and what crypto to buy. But what I want to do is parameterize it a bit more so that you can feed in the amount and you can feed in the crypto product that you would like to buy. And then I might build like a random generator so that instead of people saying buy Bitcoin, they say buy crypto. And it will randomly pick a crypto asset from Coinbase and purchase that amount with it. So yeah, that's where we are. Let's crack on and see how we get on. So progress is looking good. So basically what I did is I built a Go function that reaches out to the Coinbase API, gets a list of all the products, and then we do some filtering on that. So we want to check that all the products that we get back are actually online and available for trading, right? So that's the first filter. And then once we've narrowed down that list, what we do is we put another filter on top of that to narrow it down to the base currency. So because I'm using the sandbox, it's just a bit easier to narrow it down to US dollars, right? So yeah, and that seems to work. And then what I do is once I've narrowed it down, I now have a list of cryptographic assets I can buy from Coinbase, which are online for trading and are US dollar based currency, right? So this is like buying Bitcoin with US dollar or buying Ethereum with US dollar, right? Then the next thing I do is I pass that list into another operation which randomly selects one of those cryptos from that list, and the function just returns that. So it's super nice. So what the idea is I'm going to feed that into my investment function, which will then, you know, we've randomly picked the crypto asset we want to buy, and yeah, it will feed that into the investment function. It will then go ahead and buy that, right? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so that the investment bot buys that randomly selected cryptographic asset, but it buys the minimum amount allowed by Coinbase for that specific asset. So if it says that it's a minimum buy of $10, we'll buy $10. If it said it was a minimum buy of $5, we'll buy $5. Rather than having a fixed amount, keep it a bit more dynamic. So yeah, that's pretty good. I set out to actually parameterize my investment function But I haven't even gotten around to that yet because I kind of wanted to just kind of take the step back and just make sure that I could actually feed this information into my investment function. So now I've got that bit done. It's very easy for me to parameterize because now I know exactly what the parameters should be and how it's going to come in. Because all the manipulation's done in I call it the crypto picker. So yeah, super dope, man. Super, super dope. So I'm gonna carry on playing. This is when did we start this? I think we started it on Friday, maybe. Though Friday was just research and falling asleep during practice coding. So yeah, this is like Saturday, Sunday. It's Monday today. This is day 3, right? It's kind of late. It's like 20 to 11. I haven't had my ice cream yet. So I might call it a day, even though I don't want to, because I'm quite excited with the progress I've made. But yeah, we'll see how we get on if I do any more tonight. If not, it will be tomorrow. So yeah, next steps, parameterize. Now we have the crypto picker function, and then we get into building the Twitch bot and linking the two. So okay, so it's morning. What's the time? It's 7:49 a.m. So last night I was pretty high when I spoke to you off the success of what I'd done so far. But then I was doing some further testing and I ran into an issue, right? So I think there's a limitation on the Coinbase Pro Sandbox environment. So it only registers Bitcoin USD transactions, right? So even though there are a few other order books like available on that sandbox, when you make the API call, it gives you a response. So it will give you the order number, but it doesn't actually register it to your wallet, which is a bit of a bummer because part of my testing was when I run the application, it's randomly selecting stock, and I would like to see that each run is reflected inside the wallet, and it's not. So yeah, the only way to really test it is to go live production with actual money. Risky. We'll see anyway. I'm not going to think about it right now. I'm going to think about the Twitch side of things. How am I going to trigger this application to run? I know they've got a subscription service there where you can subscribe to certain events, give it a callback URL. So I'll probably look into that, or maybe I'll look into a bot. I'm just trying to figure out if I want people to invest the money through the chatbot or if I want a subscription to equal an investment. Not sure yet. I'll figure it out. But yeah, see how we get on. All right, folks. So day 3. Is it day 3? Was that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Day 5 actually. I didn't get to work on this yesterday because I had to go and help my mum out with some stuff, so I wasn't at home. But yeah, so where we got to is I was looking into the Twitch side of things, and I realized that they've got this event sub feature where you can subscribe to events on Twitch. So I figured I would kind of change the design a little bit. So rather than my followers typing in a command and then it goes off and buys the cryptocurrency, in fact, what I'll do is if you subscribe to my channel, every subscription will then equate to a purchase of a random cryptocurrency, which is nicer for me because, you know, that way at least I'm earning from the subscription, and then I can take that earning, add quite a bit on top, and then go and buy some stocks. So it's still a bit of spending on my part, but at least I'm getting some income back for that. So yeah, I was doing that. And cool fact as well. Did you know that Twitch actually has a CLI for developers? I did not know. It's literally installing right now as we speak. So yeah, that's super dope. So yeah, the architecture of the app is changing a little bit, right? We're going to now need to bring in a web server because the way the event sub works is with some kind of callback URL. So you subscribe to a specific event, you give it a callback URL, it goes through a verification process, and so on and so forth, right? So in order to do that, I'm going to need to build a web server, which is cool. So I can do this whole workflow in Golang. The only part I haven't figured out yet is once crypto has been purchased, how do I send a message to chat to say that thank you for your subscription, it's been used to purchase this crypto asset, kind of thing, right? So I need to figure that part out. But yeah, maybe we should just do another architecture diagram and just see how the app will look now, because like I say, it's changed from what we originally planned. But yeah, it's all good. Let's go. All right, so boom. This evening, I finally cracked it. I finally built a high-level application, a web application, which takes an event from Twitch. So if someone subscribes to my channel, it will then go off and purchase a randomly selected cryptocurrency asset from Coinbase Pro. Super dope. It's taken me a little while. I started last week Friday, so it's taken me Sunday today, so it's taken me a little over a week. Because yeah, there's not much documentation out there to interact with the Twitch event sub APIs. So yeah, that took some figuring out, but who gives a crap? And my code is messy as hell, right? I don't care. It works. We'll clean it up later on. Let me show you. Let's take it for a test drive. All right, so quickly gonna start up my web server just to get this cracking. So we'll just run this main.go file. And we don't get any errors, so that is pretty good news, I'd say. And here you can see we have the orders that Coinbase has processed so far. So obviously you can see I've been doing quite a lot of testing. This is just a sandbox environment. Just like the Twitch side of things is a mock, so it's not real life. I'll have to change a few settings to make it real. So yeah, we have our web server running. We have our Coinbase sandbox environment up here. So here I just need to run a command which will basically fake a subscription event, right? So if we just run that, and that is awesome. That is so awesome. So if you take a look here, you can see in the logs that we had a channel subscribe notification received from this user here. And that was the message ID of that. So that's the notification that we got from Twitch. And it has gone ahead and bought BAT USDC coin. And here's the order confirmation of that coin, all in the logs. Now, the issue here is with the sandbox environment, though it allows you to purchase a bunch of cryptocurrencies, it only really processes the Bitcoin to US dollar cryptocurrency. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to see this in Coinbase, this one here. So what I'll have to do is just randomly just keep doing this until it randomly selects a Bitcoin asset. So we'll just keep running that and hopefully we get what we need. There we go. So that's Bitcoin USDC. So I haven't refreshed this page yet. If we just look, I think we have 11 transactions here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 transactions. So if I refresh that page, we should have a 12th transaction. All right. So fingers crossed, and we'll just count. So we have another one here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom. That's a success. I'm bloody happy with this. I'm so happy. You do not know the pain that I've been through, going through documentation, trying to understand how things work. It's been, at times, absolute hell. But I've got it working. So, yeah, the next step is to just clean up the code a bit. There are some security things that I can add in just to make the code a bit more secure. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to flip it over to live environments. I'm going to load up my Coinbase account with some money. I'm going to flip the Twitch side of things to my actual Twitch channel. And then I'm going to run a live stream and hopefully get people to subscribe to my channel, which you can do for free if you have Amazon Prime. And yeah, see if we can ramp up some investment, which I'm paying for, by the way, but thank you for the subscriptions, and just see this thing working live in action. But also the other thing I might do is capture this data in a database or something, and maybe we can get some nice visualizations of some of the investments that we've done. But yeah, we have done it, family. We've done it. We've made it. So pat myself on the back, you know, and I think I'm just going to go and have a beer now, you know. I think that's the only thing left to do. So hope you enjoyed this video. It's been fun to make, to be honest with you. Even with the pain, I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. Yeah, if people want to see a video about some of the lessons I've learned or whatever, just hit me up in the comments. If you want to see my code, let me know. I may post it to GitHub. But yeah, it's been fun, man. But until then, I will catch you on the next one. Peace out, fam.